So if you guys are online, please just let me know if you can hear me or not. So I know that my microphone is working. Doesn't seem like it though. Okay, so I just need to make sure that everything's working correctly. I don't know if my mic is currently working. Okay. Anything more from South Africa? Seeing that we're on junk status, everything's junk. So I hope you grabbed a cup of coffee. Okay, so everything is delayed, but let's start with an introduction. So this is our channel. Most of the South Africans know our channel by now. Let me just change this bloody thing. So I'm just putting it like this at the moment, or trying to put it like this at the moment, as it is delayed. So I'm hearing a delayed bloody reaction. The time it sounds ridiculous to hear myself. So welcome everyone to the channel. And then, yeah, this is our channel, right-hand side. Looks like a 40-second delay. So, seeing that with junk status, everything's gone to junk, even the internet connections. So the rules of the stream is simple. You can read it in the description as well. Please, no slandering, please. There's a lot of kids that are logging on or are watching at the moment, which I can see. And yes. Hi, Wendy. Welcome. Oh, okay. I didn't know that you had. Oh, perhaps others are battling. Okay, I didn't know that you have to log into chat. Because I know most of the kids that are logged in at the moment, oh, they probably won't chat. Huh. Most of us need probably just only us chatting. Anyway, nonetheless, I am, because of the delay, I am going to type back. So the connection will stay a bit slow. Okay, so I've been watching YouTube like crazy the past 2 weeks of lockdown. So it's been a bit of a more laughter than anything else. I see how they do things overseas. I see how they do things in the UK. My little girl's 9 years old, and she watches YouTube daily. So what I got for you guys today is something that might make you laugh. Some questions that were posted and mailed when we decided to do this. I'd like to ask is, how many stable yard owners do we have where? If you are a stable yard owner and you are currently watching, please give us a heads up. So the English also goes with the whole lockdown thing, I guess. And if you are only a horse owner that can't go and see your horse at the moment, give us a heads up on that as well, so we know what audience we're dealing with at the moment. And please get your friends involved. Get all your farriers and everyone watching, so that the questions being answered are correct and that we are accurate with the things. So the first thing that we want to do as well is give some shout out to a few people from our channel. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed. It has really helped us a lot, especially during this time, since everything is closed up. And one of my big questions would be, where do you all get shavings? We are kind of stuck here in Pretoria, not getting any shavings at the moment. And then also, again, to remind for the new ones, I see there's a lot of new people coming to watch now. Please, let's try and keep it as friendly and not get keyboard warriors on here. It will completely, our vets don't really come out that often on this side of town. So thank you for supplying products for us that actually work. We do have a lot of people that's on here that has been asking what products we use for the flies, and unfortunately we have a really big fly problem at the yard, and we really don't know why. It's just lately been a big problem. Nonetheless, so here's a few questions that was sent to me. I don't know if anyone can answer this, but what do our horses in South Africa eat? Well, to be honest, it's the same as most of us give supplements because our grass quality isn't of that good nature. Some grazing areas we send our horses into as either dry or the quality is not good enough. So I don't know how it's in the UK or US or Europe or wherever, but yeah, we feed our horses basically the same as what the same that's happening on your side. Be naughty, most ponies, I guess. I really don't know how to answer this question. Horses are horses. It's an animal. I don't think it's much different anywhere else. They all have the same instincts. So I'd like some opinions on that if you can. I really don't know how to answer that for some of my subscribers. My horses don't really get bored. I'm at home with them, and I give lessons, so get ridden, and they are actually busy most of the time. Then I got a question. How does South African horses so I see Wendy says, if you have gum trees on your property, take a rake and step for us here. If you have gum trees on your property, rake them up, the leaves that fall, and mix them in with your shavings. The eucalyptus smell also deters insects and flies. That's actually a brilliant plan. I wouldn't have even thought of that. That wouldn't have even crossed my mind. Actually, like a brilliant plan. Getting back to the question, our horses play exactly the same as your horses. The only difference is the weather and the country. There's no other difference. I know it's a lot of kids that follow our channel, seeing that my daughter is 9 years old. She rides, we show training videos, YouTube. I've got a biomechanics diploma, so we show muscle building videos, all that stuff. And yeah, that's basically what a farrier tells me. My horse needs shoes. And hooves are very soft. So if we do take off the shoes, she will go lame. Other horses are quite hardy and they don't need to have shoes. So it's not actually necessary. But it's not only, the vast majority of horses in South Africa don't wear shoes. It's competition horses that actually do wear the shoes. I've only got our equestrian system on this side. as it might just rock a few boats for me. Anyway, the rider was riding with blinders. Mostly I know blinders is for horses that are quite sketchy and struggle to and yeah, I don't know why horses wear blinders really. It's not something, I think it's a bit of a racing thing. So if there's any that would actually be nice, because according to me, blinders are there to keep them focused on what's in front of them and not what's on the sides of them. So that there's news like everyone thinks the horses in South Africa are cultural, I guess. I'm not quite sure why they would say only South African horses, or the South African horses only bit the foreigners. I wish I could answer that. I don't know. Okay, so you will also see on the channel that I've posted it. It's actually a very quick and easy way to build your horses in there. This is one of the programs that I normally use when I get new client horses in, and especially when training for shows and getting top line built. And it's gymnastic exercises. I wouldn't advise you doing more than 2 or 3 of those exercises a day for at least 8 to 10 minutes on each side, because we all know the rule of thumb. What you do on one side, you've got to do on the other side. But there, I posted the link for you guys to see. It's basic pole work actually, and it has nothing really to do with weights or anything like that. And what we usually also do on this side is we do heels, which works brilliantly. In our estate where we live, we have an uphill like almost bloody 90 degrees if you ask me, but that works wonders for my mare's bum. For most of you that I see logged on at the moment knows me quite well by now and knows what happened to my mare. So if you can't comment, please feel free to send me a WhatsApp. I've got my phone with me. And I'll answer your question. I don't just have an IT degree. If you do spam me, I will probably flip. So I'm going to put my number for you in there, so you can see, or you can WhatsApp me if you have any questions coming in. I will answer them. I see we are currently logged in users watching about 120. Please remember that some of the users are logged on a private server, so you won't be able to see them, and most of the kids are being kept private, so you won't see them at all. Then here's a question for all you say home remedies. So it's been under discussion a lot. Is it true that your horse's intestines can twist when they get colic? For me, yes. I have seen it before. I have had to put a horse down. I have had to send a horse to surgery because of it. There's a lot of people that say it can't twist. But it is possible for a horse's intestines to twist when colicking. Let me just answer Margaret. Yeah, yes, Margaret. Some you can only see 5. Some users are logged in as guests, which are mostly children or younger people or people without any YouTube channels. With them, it won't show up in our people here because they won't be able to access the live chats at all. But from my side, with the analytics on my side that I can see, we have now about, it has fallen out a little bit to about 95 users. So the more we get on, the easier for us all. Oh, sorry, I was just reading the comments there. So yeah, I'd like your guys' opinion. Most of the people that are logged on are quite trustworthy when it comes to knowing your inguine and the insides and intestines. So please feel free to tell me what you think, how true this is. Does a horse's intestines twist when they have a colic? How do I ejaculate without him kicking me in the face? Excuse me. Okay, so Ham asked a very weird question, and I don't think it's appropriate to repeat it. I don't know why you would want to do that unless it's for AI, but I cannot answer that out loud. It goes against the YouTube rules and regulations as well. So I'm sorry, but I'll reply in the chat. Um, okay. I think this guy Ham is trying to make a complete joke about South Africans like everywhere in the world. Um, Ham, you cannot use that for a substance to eat. The stores are closed. We need to eat. Yes, I understand that, but the stores give you food. It's an essential. So please, I would really appreciate it if you would stop commenting nonsense and stuff that is not horsey related or equestrian related. It's actually quite disturbing, um, because I don't think I'm just writing something here quickly. And I would also should suggest that this might be the wrong forum to post something like that. Most of the questions that are logged on will make mincemeat out of you. So I would suggest that either leave the live stream or stay here, but they will make mincemeat out of you, and then your family will probably have something to eat since you are moaning about eating. I think it's completely out of the ordinary and disgusting to ask us or to say something like that. I don't know where you are from, but that's rude. Anyway, so I just got a WhatsApp. Um, to please give a few weird and bizarre facts that we know in South Africa. I think people overseas. I think the people overseas don't really know what we do. Um, so if you don't know, a horse can run within minutes or hours after it has been born. And you know when everyone tells you your horse is laughing at you when it lifts its front lip like that, it's actually called the Fleming reaction. It's a way a horse can distinguish whether something smells or a smell is good or a smell is bad for them. It's actually not laughing at you, but it's okay if you reckon it is. Um, and then some more bizarre fact is, at one time people thought horses were colorblind. So horses aren't colorblind. I have answered this question before. Horses aren't colorblind at all. In actual fact, horses can see yellows, greens, purples, and violet colors. So they're not colorblind at all. Most of us do think they are colorblind. I'm going to report you now. I'm sorry, I am. Sorry, I had to report him. This is nonsense. Anyway, So my daughter would like to sit next to me. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this bizarre fact, but a horse's teeth actually takes up more space in his head than his brain does. Doesn't say that it's dumb. Please don't get me wrong. A horse is not stupid. A horse is incredibly intelligent and don't. It's an animal that should not be messed with. So welcome, Ivali. Males have 40, while females only have 36 teeth. I'm sorry that I'm reading it, but I can't remember all the stuff off my head. I'm just on. Okay, so Wendy said she can't comment anymore, but she says guts. Getting back to the colic question, she tells us guts twist with some colics. It's not from the rolling as was believed in the past. It's actually the other way around. In fact, some twists can be undone. When the horse rolls, when the horse rolls. This was told to me by a prominent and very experienced vet. Thank you, Wendy, for your answer there for the colic with the twisted gut. If anyone else has something to add to that, please feel free to add it. And did you guys know that a horse's hooves is made of the same protein that our nails are made of? So 6 horses from one racetrack to another. So in retrospect, the whole horse box thing that we all use today for our shows and everything actually comes from a guy in the UK. Well, thank you. I would not really have expected anyone in South Africa to develop something like that, but he needed his racehorses transported. Yes, Margaret, this is being recorded and it should show later on if you needed to watch it or you wanted to watch of it. I understand with the internet here in South Africa. Okay, I could see. Okay. Anyway, in 1872, Leyland Stanford made a bet that at some point the gallop, all 4 of a horse's legs are off the ground at the same time. This was proved by using a series of 24 cameras and photographing a racehorse named Sally Gardner. So if you do have a biomechanics certificate or diploma or some sort of qualification, you will know the term, the Sally Gardner move. Now, that is when a horse lifts all 4 legs, like I just said. That only happens if your horse is completely fit and completely at a next level strong. So it's not something that often happens, but if you do take your horse out on a gallop in a field and it does lift all 4 legs and you're in the air with all 4 legs off the ground, you know your horse is clear, but they prefer openings. So in South Africa, we box our horses facing the front. I know there should be a few people probably boxing them facing the other way around. I don't know. But we face them, or we box them face freaked out if I look in my rear view mirror and I just see my horse's butt. And if you drive on a South African highway with your horse's head sticking out at the back, you are probably in big trouble. In South Africa, horses is one of everyone knows, everyone that's logged on, everyone that knows me knows by now, South African equestrian, the whole equestrian world here is completely different than the UK. That's why I enjoy watching the UK videos. The people, they actually support each other and they stand together, where in South Africa you can get a few people that will go out of their way to either destroy your reputation, destroy what you think, or destroy your horse for that matter, which has happened to me. Nonetheless, in South Africa, it's not the equestrian industry. We are trying a lot of things to get the community together. but it's a very separated community. You get a lot of people that, nonetheless. So we are gonna. I see everyone is telling me that their connection is very slow, but this is not where we're gonna end. You are welcome to watch the recording later on. Um, so I have a few other questions that I have to answer. That I'll answer, and then we're gonna end the live stream for now, and then I would love suggestions and some ideas on how we can get the community together on this side. So one of the other questions that I received during this time was, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Anyway, one of the other ones was, how do I build top line if I don't have any equipment? Well, mostly I don't really use any equipment. I have my biomechanics and I only use a neck stretcher. That is literally the only equipment, training equipment I own to get top line. And it works like a bomb. Yes, you have to replace it a few times. But if your horse doesn't like pole pressure, it can be adjusted and it can be maneuvered to not give pole pressure, but rather chin pressure at the bottom here. But the lower the head, the stronger the back. So you will notice when a horse, and I will record that for you with my mare because she's lost all her top line. I will record that and show it to you how it works. You will see the muscles pulling low, down, especially dressage riders. It's always down and low, or whatever that thing is. So that's one of the ways. And if you don't have any other equipment, you probably have a few poles on your property. I would suggest doing a lot of pole work, even if it's only 3 poles. That also works nice. You can use the tires on the sides to just get them to lift their legs, but make sure it's not a jump. It's only a lifting the leg and keeping the head down with your neck stretcher. So that is the only equipment I actually use, and you will notice with most of my horses in my previous videos, they all have a great top line. They are beautifully muscled. And if lockdown is over, I would suggest, if you don't have any other equipment, the best way of training that I found with my biomechanics, especially, the best way of training happens outside of my gate. At the moment, it happens inside, but mostly I take the horses out on the roads, not the tar roads. Please don't go on the bloody tar roads. We have a load of crazy drivers in South Africa. Keep it in an estate or in a safe zone, I guess. But we take our horses out in the estate and they get schooled while we are on an outride. It works like a bomb. You will see your horse enjoys it a lot more and it's more responsive. I know we get our glitchy horses that jump for a flower, like my horse, my one pony. If it's a flower against the road that looks a bit bigger than it normally does, he completely flips out. So in situations like that, my little 9-year-old has to take lead in front. So my pony can actually move, but he's being schooled outside as well. And then one of the last questions that I received is, what does biomechanics mean? So biomechanics is the function of the muscles, the movement of the muscles, and how to build them, how to retain them, how to do it the quicker, the better, and the easiest way, and how to do it without having too much artificial training aids and stuff like that come in. I know people love the side reins and all those things. You have to remember that if you constrain a horse, it will compensate other muscles to compensate for that constraint. Where a neck stretcher gives the horse the freedom to still stretch its neck and move up and down and do with its neck what it wants. But when it does take it down, it works the correct muscles. It rounds them automatically. Whereas when you put side reins on, or you constrain the horse with all these fancy It's not that I'm all natural thing. Trust me, I like the fancy stuff. Sometimes it's easier with some horses. It depends per horse, but you can't, if you constrain a horse is intelligent enough to then compensate using other muscles to make it look like they're working correctly. And that's why you will be lunging and lunging and working and working and working and working, and your horse won't be building muscle. And that's when people like me come in. I get phone calls telling, listen, I've been working my horse with this and this and this for 5, 6 months, and there's no change, no muscle work, nothing, nothing has got better. It's only been going worse. And the first thing I tell them is drop all your training aids. Get on your horse, put a neck stretcher on, get outside. Go ride for a few kilometers. Somewhere down the line, your horse will give into the neck stretcher. He will fight, he or she will fight it for a bit. It'll give into it, and then it won't compensate anymore. It will automatically start working the muscles. And with my mare, as you will see in some of my videos, she's giving her neck to me and she's giving her roundness to me, but it starts to get sore. So then she'll go and she'll stand still and she'll start pawing. And that's when I know, okay, that's enough for now. The muscles are hurting. It's like a normal bodybuilder. You can't just work the muscles and expect it to not hurt. So, yeah, that was, it has nothing to do with the bloody intestine. So, um, I know where they are, don't get me wrong, and I know how they work thanks to my vet, but I don't work on them. I work on bone and muscle and conformation of a horse. And I know there's a lot of people that get a bit confused with this. People telling them that their horse, you get these people that just know everything. I'm not like that at all. I love to learn, and I learn every day. But confirmation is a lot. It does mean a lot, and it does affect your horse. But that's where biomechanics come in. If you work your horse and you work the correct muscles, it's it changes them completely as a horse. It changes their conformation in the sense of they will then use other muscles to compensate for bad conformation. So with my mare, my competition mare, she jumps 1.3. It's not normal if you look at a conformation. And she has a shoulder injury, which we can't really treat because it's inside. It's a muscle or joint inside that got hurt. So what we do is we build the muscle around that injury more than normal, and we build other muscles on the body to help compensate. So she doesn't have to use that side so much to get over a jump or to there is believe in anything like that. On my horses it was chemicals, and it was her ordeal, which will be filmed later on. She was in really, really bad shape. I was so depressed. I almost slept for 2 weeks. But that stuff actually got her coat back together. And I've got before and after photos of it. And it was really interesting to see how she rebuilt herself from an environment that she wasn't used to. So, yeah, but I will still film that and show that to you as much as I can. But so now I will end this live broadcast for you guys. So you don't have to sit in front of the computer the whole time with our delayed junk status internet connections. We really have a fast internet connection here. I don't know what you guys are using otherwise. Most of us are in South Africa, living at home, watching now. We have the luxury of having our horses with us. I really feel for you guys. I don't know what I would do not being able to see my horse for 1 day or 3 days or 4 days. So good luck and just keep it up. And thanks to all the yards out there. I know you do not get this a lot. I'm one of the yard owners that don't get this a lot. Thank you for looking after someone else's baby. Thank you for caring for them. Thank you for feeding them. Thank you for working them. Thank you for doing what they need to be done or what they need to cope with this lockdown. I mean, every horse misses their owner, and now the yard owners are stepping up and stepping in to give that horse the comfort it needs. Thank you to all the yard owners out there that do livery. And I would really like to wish everyone with the riding school good luck after this. As we all know, with junk status down now, riding schools are going to have a knock. But don't give up, keep it up. Our kids love it, it's good for them. And to everyone that's producing products, natural products for our horses to works. And it really helps us a lot. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your evening. Stay safe and stay home. And please don't take your horse out. It's fine if the horse is inside and is being worked inside. Do not worry about it being bored. Because I know a lot of people worry about being bored. It won't be bored. It will actually be taking a break, getting fat, most likely. So you'll have enough fat to put over in muscle when the lockdown is over. But yeah, we'll see you guys later. Cheers.